Hi guys, I'm Ade.
And I'm Rachel.
And we are
The Wrights.
So today we are going to be speaking about culture.
Yes, so this is our relationship talk segment on relationship and culture. So baby, what country are you repping?
I'm repping.
Here we go. If you can even see the word on there. Are you ready to say it?
Sierra Leone! Freetown! Land of diamonds!
And I'm repping Nigeria! Woo, woo, woo.
The Eagles.
The Super Eagles, in fact.
Super Eagles,
Yeah.
indeed, yeah. So, alright, you're repping Nigeria, I'm repping Sierra Leone.
Come on.
I've got green on my flag. What have you got on your flag?
It's always green, white, green.
I've got green, white, and blue.
Slightly copying, but
okay. What does it mean? What does green, white, green mean?
It means green, white, green. Okay.
Let me tell you what green, white, and blue means. Green means the vegetation. White means peace, and blue means the sky and the seas. That's what it means.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Please, whoever's watching this, go and do your research and come back if he's correct.
Please, do the research. Okay, so what are the similarities and differences between our cultures?
Okay, I think the first similarity that I noticed was, I feel like Sierra Leoneans, like, you're copying our names. Our Yoruba names. Your Ades, your Bimbos, your Bisis, your Yetundes. Come on, do I lie? What's your name, baby?
My name is Adewale.
That's what I'm saying. So that was I would say that's a similarity, but also a difference, because I was like, I've never came across someone who's comes from Sierra Leone with a Nigerian name. So can you explain that to those who may not know or are not aware and just thinking, but wait, your name's Ade, but you're from Sierra Leone. Like, why is this?
Yeah. So before I even delve into the explanation, a book by A.P. Cook by Sierra Leone, it goes really in depth of why my name is Ade, and it was due to a lot of migration from Nigeria to Sierra Leone during the trading days, and as Nigerians do, they came and traded, and also traded children and left their names, and that is one theory of where the name Ade and Nigerian names come from. But another theory is the fact that the capital of Sierra Leone is called Freetown.
Yeah.
And some believe that during the slave trade and the slaves that were eventually freed in Sierra Leone, the Black Poors, as they were known, that came from Britain to Sierra Leone, may have carried some Nigerian names, and hence why a lot of the Creole, which is tribe, well, not a tribe, but a people in Sierra Leone who were from the freed slave, they would have had the Nigerian names. A lot of them do. They've got the hardcore
Oluwatobi.
They don't have Oluwas, unfortunately. That's too deep. But they've got Ade, and they've got Yomi, and just the little ones.
They've got the just the basic ones. They haven't got the Oluwas.
No, we don't need Oluwa. That's why we don't.
Yes, you do. Oluwa, God.
God, okay, yeah, we do need God, yeah. But we've got our own word for God, so we don't need the Oluwa. So that would be one similarity. What about a difference?
I'll say a difference is... Ooh, good question. What difference? What's the difference, Bobby?
I think a difference might be cooking. I actually have to admit, I feel like the cooking aspect of Sierra Leoneans is completely different from Nigerians.
Of course it's going to be different. It's a different culture. However, let me just draw that back, because I know where he's going with this. But let me just say, Nigerian food is tantalizing. It's sweet, it's gorgeous, the colors, the flavors, the scents, it does wonders. But where I'm going with this, because I know you're going to bring up please don't come for him, please. I beg you, please don't come for him. But he's going to say that, okay, Nigerians, we don't cook our meat as tender as it should be. But I'm just saying that is your preference. Whereas we do. Some people, like my family, when we're cooking our goat meat and our bokoto, which is goat meat, our shaki and your oxtail and everything, it's sweet, it's tender, and it tastes delicious. And come on, can you not say that my mum's food and my food is the bomb.com? What's
So I mean,
You didn't answer the question.
I agree with all of those points you've mentioned.
Okay.
So I would say a big difference between Sierra Leone and Nigeria, which probably be I'm gonna leave food for now. I'll get back to that later. But I think our temperaments are a bit different. We're not a lot.
Okay.
We're quite few. I think we're probably about 8 million, if that, in our nation, in Sierra Leone, and probably, who knows, probably about 100,000 here, if even that. So we're very, very small.
Yeah.
And we're very quiet people.
Yes.
We aren't really, you won't hear, if in a room you barely hear us. And I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to throw shade at anyone's culture. Don't. But I'm just saying that's one of the differences that I've noticed about the culture.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Us Nigerians, some Nigerians, we do like to party. we do like to enjoy life. Do you know what I mean? Like, we like to just enjoy.
Well,
and I think, of course, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But yes, that is actually quite a difference. Where Sierra Leoneans, that's one thing I noticed, are more quiet and they just get on with their life, just doing their own thing gingerly and just maneuvering through life.
Yeah. I think a similarity, just to touch on it, would be with obviously like Nigeria, Sierra Leone has multiple cultures, so that's a similarity.
Yeah.
But within the Creoles, one of the prevalent traits that you see a lot of the times would be about education. Education is really pressed.
Yeah.
And I suppose that is also similar.
Definitely.
With the Yoruba culture.
Yeah. Not even just with Yorubas itself, but I feel like with Nigerians, we do hold education very dearly to our heart. Our parents are always pushing us to do well within school, within uni and stuff. And also, another thing that I would say, I don't know, can you tell me if it's similar or different? I'll say that as Nigerians, we're straight hustlers.
Okay.
We grind hard. And what I mean by that, we're hardworking. We're go-getters. Yeah. If we want something, we'll do it. We're persistent and consistent. On top of that, we're resilient as well. Do you get what I mean? It's like you get knocked down, you get back up. And I feel like that is noticeable because you have so many Nigerians in different parts of the world that are doing different things. And that's one thing that I will say with Nigerians. And would you say, is that the same with Sierra Leoneans or is that different? Are Sierra Leoneans grinders or hustlers, or do you get what I mean?
It's got me thinking. I think that's a similarity within our two cultures. I feel like we're hard workers, man. I remember my granddad telling me when in their 40s, just coming here in the UK and just working hard. For 15 years, during that time, things weren't that easy.
Yeah.
But it pushed through. So I do believe that, as immigrants, you can imagine you have to be a hard worker.
Yeah.
And so, boom, I must say that, both our cultures are hard workers. We're trying to, remember we're here, trying to build a new foundation.
Yeah.
A new structure that wasn't there before. You've got to work hard for it. You can't be complacent. So I would agree.
Yeah.
100%.
But I'm not just talking about hair as well. I'm talking about you still got hustlers and grinders in Nigeria. Do you get what I mean? No matter where they are, they're still persistent. They will still thrive to get what they want.
I've been to Sierra Leone a couple of times. I need to go a bit more. But everyone's hustling away, man. Everyone's just trying to, for them, it's like, bread.
Yeah.
It's food. You need to work to get that bread, to get that food.
I agree.
So everyone's hustling out there, and it's just unfortunate that I think more job opportunities need to be there.
Yeah.
So the youth can have something to aspire to. So Okay. So going to the juicy.
Oh.
We haven't spoken about money.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to know if there's a difference or similarity between money. Because
what do you mean?
You said Nigeria, but I've heard certain things about the Igbos. So Because
The Igbo
obviously
tribe, you're trying to say they like money, yeah?
No,
Is that what
I'm
we're pointing
not
towards?
trying to say. I'm just saying that that's Nigeria, isn't it? Because when I try and make a distinction between Yoruba, you went back to Nigeria. So, okay, it's one Nigeria. So, the money aspect, how is it?
Well, Igbos, Yorubas, and Hausas, different tribes. I can't speak for them. I can only speak on the Yorubas. Do you get what I mean? And I can't speak for Yorubas. So, this is my opinion. So, yeah. But, some would say Igbos, hey, they like to chop money. But then I'm just gonna be real, Yorubas, we do like to chop money.
Oh, wow.
That hence why we work hard. We want a better life for ourselves.
Yeah.
So in terms of money wise, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think that hey, if you want a better life for yourself, you gotta do what you gotta do. Do it the right way, though. I'm not saying go out there and start doing nonsense, man. Do you get what I mean?
Okay, yeah. I think it's good they made a distinction between do it the right way because obviously we know that there's been what would I say, a negative press on in regards to Nigerians, which is an unfortunate truth because we know that coming back to the unemployment, a lot of people feel like that's the way, but you've got criminals
everywhere. Come on,
culture,
every part of the world as well. So
if we have them in Sierra Leone too, you know what I mean? To be honest, I would say one strength about your culture is actually the fact that for you to be doing those things, you have to have some type of sophistication.
You have to have some type of sense, some intelligence, some serious sense and intelligence.
So I think in a way that shows that there's talent.
I agree.
Needs to be directed in the right direction.
I agree.
So I think that's with both cultures. To be fair,
it's true.
All right. Then moving on to the deeper part, culture in our marriage. How does that play a part?
Okay, well, I think our cultures gel pretty well. I feel like there are some similarities in like respect is very important to us in our culture. Yes. I'm just gonna point this out. How did you feel about when you had to prostrate? If those that don't know, bow down to my parents, because in the Yoruba culture, it's a thing you have to do out of respect for your elders or your for your elders. So how did you feel about that? And what's your take on that?
How did I feel about that? Yeah, I think that that was quite different. To be honest, the good thing is I had a couple of friends in school, one being Yemi, that always prostrated, and he was doing the proper ones where he did press ups. You know, he was doing press ups. I was like, oh wow, and it was quite bizarre because in my culture, especially the Creole, we don't have that. So I said, oh, that's interesting, but because the expression of respect is that. Yeah. So I understand that in maybe for any possibly Zimbabweans, when you're approaching elders, you have to do this one.
Oh, okay.
And so respect comes in different ways.
Yes, of course.
Like maybe even here, you're not gonna call your nan by her name.
Hey,
it would be quite disrespectful. You know what I mean? You will have to call nan out of respect, or dad and mom. It's actually quite disrespectful addressing your parents by their names. Yeah. In a lot of cultures across the world. So for me, it wasn't. I didn't struggle in that aspect.
Okay.
Because I understood that if I wanted to show respect to mom and dad, then I had to do my prostrating. That's right. And I love doing it because it showed that I was humble enough to do it, and also it showed that I want to be incorporated within the culture. I agree.
And what I liked about what you just said is the fact that some people may actually deep and be like, but why do I have to do it? Like, why do I have to do this? Can't I just come in and say, hello auntie, hello uncle, do you know what I mean? I feel like some people really would have a battle with it. Yeah. And I think it's so lovely to hear just how humble you are about it, and how to see how humble you were just to do it. Do you get what I mean? Because it's not as if you're worshipping them. No. It's not as if it's not that deep. No. Yeah. Do you get what I mean?
100% not worship. So I'm not when I'm prostrating, I'm not thinking. You're not thinking that I'm worshiping the Almighty God. Yeah. To be honest, I think the most similar thing would be when one curtsy before the royal family or the Queen. It's just that there's a form of respect. You understand that, okay, you're my elder, and you just do what you have to do. So it's not a biggie. You know what I mean? It's not a biggie. So for me, not a
Yeah.
problem. Yeah. So
Okay, culture plays a part in our marriage in terms of like, I want to go and visit Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
Hence, you want to come to Nigeria, and of course, like when we do have children, I would like for them to understand Yoruba as well as Creole.
Yeah.
So I feel like those are the specifics of how it plays a part in our culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I think a final point that I would make is that it has been a blessing in disguise, being both Sierra Leonean and Nigerian. I think we get to enjoy both cuisine within our marriage. I love your egusi.
Hey.
It's very tasty. It's the best. It's better than other places. I won't name.
You don't need to.
I don't need to name, but it's better than a lot of other places that I've been to. In the Old Kent Road area, right? Shade. But yeah, that's been a blessing.
Okay.
Having your mom and dad loving parents, I love that, and them being very family orientated.
Yes.
I love all of that. I think another part is being having a good work ethic. Like for instance, getting up in the morning and hoovering and washing the plates, and I'm not shy to do it.
Yeah.
And I think I have to be thankful for my culture. I know it might be different for other people, but I take pleasure in saying that came from my upbringing as a Sierra Leonean man in the house. That I helped my mum chop up onions and the lady fingers, aka okra, and just little things like that, or the onions, and knowing how to wash the dishes and hoover and sweep. I can use a hoover, Henry.
Yeah.
I can use broomstick. I can use proper broom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all these little things has been a blessing.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that, because being raised in a Nigerian household, of course, being a female, raised to like cook clean and tidy and everything, and I think what works hand in hand for both of us is the fact that we both do it, and it's not as if we're sweating or we don't like it, or oh my gosh, I have to do it this day. No, it's the fact that we both do it. If one does something, one does another, and there's no resistance towards it. We just get on with it. We do what we have to do, to be honest.
Do what we have to do. So I think a final question for both of us would be what has been our biggest challenges related to culture in our marriage?
Ooh. I think for me, I wouldn't say there's been a challenge in terms of culture for our marriage. No, I wouldn't say that. Similar to some extent in terms of like clothing wise. Of course, trying to understand Creole, because basically, in Nigeria they speak Pidgin, which is broken English, and Creole is also
it's a type of broken English. However, I must say it's
different.
A slant, because I think it's the grammatical structure is a lot stronger.
You would say that, isn't
it? Of course, I would say that.
You'd say that, yeah.
Creole is sweet when it comes from the Sierra Leoneans.
But Pidgin is even sweeter. But what I'm trying to say also is that you guys speak it very, very fast, and I understand Pidgin as well as Yoruba, but I've noticed there's quite a lot of difference as well.
Yeah, I think there's some indigenous words that are incorporated within the Creole. I can't remember them at the top of my head, but there's definitely a mixture of Portuguese, there's a mixture of French, possibly Spanish,
interesting,
some Arabic, and some Yoruba as well.
Yes.
Because, we have what's it? Ashobi. Ashwabi.
Yeah.
We got Kusha, which you might say Akusha.
Yeah.
So there's
Yaro.
We have Yaro as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's quite a lot.
I know. So babe, do you think there's any challenges in terms of marriage and culture within our marriage? Have there been any challenges?
No, I think it has been a blessed marriage of the two culture.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's like you've got the tapestry and you just add in more knowledge and
weaving.
Just weaving through. I think it works so beautifully. And I think maybe if it was maybe a very, very different culture, possibly maybe Indonesia or something like that, maybe and we are seeing a massive difference. But it being a West African cultural, differences, I think it really just merged well with the two. So I think it's been beautiful. So, yeah.
So Sierra Leone, I'm coming for you very soon.
And Nigeria, I'll be coming. Banana Island, I'll be there.
Hey, serious. Okay, guys, so that sums up our first relationship talks video on marriage and culture. And we do hope you enjoyed our video.
Yes.
And there's more content to come. So if you haven't, subscribe to this channel, press the like button, comment below, and we'll see you in the next video.
Yes.
Peace.